All righty, we're ready to go. We're recording. We're letting people in. Another weekend of reading. I've been on an average of about 10 books a month for the last I don't know, 2 or 3 months, I think. Um, and not all of them are good. I will put that little caveat out there. But one of them, and I usually what I've been trying to do because I've got the Golden Poppy thing that I do, and then I've got I try to read for you guys for Indie Next that's coming, and then I have these great fun relationships with some editors that I get to read stuff that's happening in April and May of 2026, which is super cool. But then, so every once in a while, I try to get one that you guys talk about that's recent that I didn't get a chance to get to before it came out, and one of them was this. So I know
Ooh.
Tom talked about Among Friends. So any of you that saw Tom talk about it and didn't put it on your list to read, put it on your list to read. Um, oh my God. It's just the writing is fantastic. If you ever read The Dinner by Herman Koch, Koch, I think. Um, Very reminiscent of that in the fact of just parents not making good decisions on things.
Excuse me.
Let's just leave it at that. Um, I literally finished this in 2 sittings. I was like, oh my God.
There's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of
Yeah.
that going around.
Yeah. It was a good one. So if you didn't get it when Tom told you about it, get it because I told you about it. All right. We're gonna start right on in and go to Julia and then Andrea. And Amanda, you staying on to talk about some stuff?
One. So I can
Good. Okay.
disappear.
No, no,
Uh,
stay here. Stay here.
okay. I know
Stay
you
here
like
with us. Okay.
the four
I
squares.
like the four. I like the four
Okay.
squares.
Square.
All right, Julia.
All right. I apologize to these folks before, but I will apologize in advance that I just got 3 cavities filled. So half of my face is numb. So if I slur or if my face looks droopy, that's why. Um,
It always feels so much worse than it looks or sounds. Like
I know.
it's never that bad.
I
But it's
know, but
that's that
so
weird tingly thing though that's just so oof.
yeah. Okay, so my first book, oh whoops. So my first book is called Lonely Crowds. Can you see the cover?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So this
Yep.
is by Stephanie Wambugu. This is a debut novel. It got a starred review in Publishers Weekly, and it is an Indies Introduced pick. Um, so this one is so good, you guys. Like, there's this great review of it in the Atlantic, that really I think sums it up. Um, and it's like all about this somewhat toxic friendship, but a friendship that I think is recognizable to anyone who has had childhood friends that you sort of stay friends with into adulthood. Um, and it's about these 2 women who end up going to New York together. This is takes place in the 90s, so it's sort of a 90s New York. And they're both trying to make it in the art scene. And so you really have a look at the New York City art scene, but also at like what it takes and what it took to make it and how they sort of grow apart and grow together. It is a phenomenal novel. It's beautifully written. It's one of those novels too that sort of like looks at it looks at a lot of different parts of life. It looks at coming of age. It looks at friendship. It looks at people who are driven and who really want something and sort of what they are willing to do to get that. I just think it is one not to miss. And the indie booksellers agree with me because they made it an Indies Introduced pick. So
Perfect.
there you go.
And New York in the 90s was an interesting place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It's like, it's not as lawless, so to speak,
Right.
as the pre-Giuliani years.
Right.
There's crackdown sort of happening about nightclubs and things like that, but it is still, I think the New York a lot of people think of, it's the prices are still not super high, although they're rising. So there's like a lot of things to contend with. There's gentrification happening,
Hmm.
but not sort of at its apex as it is now. So
Right.
it's a really fascinating sort of time period, but also a really fascinating look at friendship,
Yeah.
honestly.
Oh, I love it. Who's the pub on that one?
It's Little Brown.
Little Brown. Oh, they do good stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. All right, Andrea, what do you got for us?
Hi, everyone. I am here to talk to you about literary sensation Michael Thomas and his new memoir. Many moons ago, around 2003, I think, he had a debut fiction title that met with like amazing acclaim, like generational talent, just that sort of thing, and that one. That title, I'm just looking down at my notes. I'm sorry, Man Gone Down was that title. I sold it many moons ago, and it's like I think about 100,000 titles since then. So sometimes
What? You
I
can't
would
remember it off the top of your head? Come on now.
just like conjure that up. But that won the Dublin Impact Award, which is a highfalutin um, award, and he's back with a memoir. It's about 12 years in the making, and this basically follows the history of Black men in this country from the early days of slavery through the present time through the lens of his family. So Black men in his family throughout that period, he picks up, back in the day from like his earliest forebears that he knows about to the present day. In the middle of writing this, he sustained a breakdown, a nervous breakdown. Can you imagine like actually, facing what Black men had to confront in this country? So it's real. It's and he had a breakdown. He has since recovered and finished this book. It's amazing. The writing is incredible. It was just excerpted in the New Yorker. You may have seen the headline about Michael Thomas talking about his father in an essay in the New Yorker, and how it's hard to be a Black man and also a Boston Red Sox fan. A beautiful excerpt. I think they did a great job of that, and couldn't tell you about that or any books until it actually published. But we're really happy that we now can talk about it. To Be Young, Gifted, and Black at Fenway is the title of that. Check that out. That's a little taste of this extraordinary memoir. We think this is going to be up for a bunch of awards after, when that time comes, after all the books are published this year. And John Evans, co-owner of Camino Books, just down the road, up the road, I guess, from Warwick's, says, weaving together fact and feeling makes the best memoir and memory into a kind candor. Wow, you guys, sorry. Whew. I'm a little tired. I'll admit. Can't read. Generous and insightful, Thomas uncovers the layers of structural abuse and possibility in contemporary American manhood like no other. Vital, necessary, and beautiful. Yes, I agree on all three of those things. Vital, necessary, and beautiful. So there's a stack at Warwick's. Run down or give a call to have one put aside for you. And just like this guy is just at the top of his form. And his debut novel, it like read like he had been at it for like 30 years, right? So and now he's turned his focus to the memoir, and he's brilliant.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Sounds like it would be a good gift too. Yeah.
Those
Awesome.
were
Thanks.
two good blurbs on that banner that was on Edelweiss from Paul Yamazaki at City Lights
Yep.
and Audrey Huang from Belmont Books in Massachusetts. Those are two very good booksellers to have praising your book. So it
Yeah.
must be
Love it.
very good.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Amanda, what do you have to talk about?
Oh, actually I was gonna ask if you could share your screen with it for me.
Okay.
Sorry, it's
That's okay. What am I looking at?
Angel Down.
Okay.
I didn't know I was gonna get called on. I should have found the link for
That's
you.
all right. I got it.
Okay.
Or I'm getting it, I should
Actually,
say.
let's wait till the end. Let
Wait
them
till
go.
the end?
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
it.
I
All
wasn't
right. Ooh, it looks like a good cover. Okay,
caught
well
me off
then
guard.
that means Julia, you're up.
Okay. So my next book, I brought a kid's book
Oh, good.
this week, and it is a much beloved part of a much beloved series called this is the third book in the series. The first is The Magical Yet, the second is The Curious Why, and this one is The Marvelous Now. You can see it's got really fun illustrations. These books, they're like kids' emotions books, which sometimes I think there's like too many of those in the market. However, these ones are very fun. You can see here these like talk about, this one particularly talks about like when you get upset, like taking a deep breath and like getting yourself together. I think, it's a kids emotions book, but I know a few adults who could probably use that as well.
Yeah.
But you can see it just like it goes through it and goes through like some helpful things to do when you're feeling overwhelmed or frustrated. It's got this gorgeous artwork. From the response we've had from the other two books, and this is the case cover. This is uh the end papers in the book. So the response we've gotten from the other two books have been so positive. Parents, educators, people who work with kids have been so excited to have these books to help kids sort of deal with emotions as they become overwhelming, and sort of how to regulate and how to start to teach kids how to be a citizen that doesn't like fly off the handle at everyone around them. So I think apparently we all that lesson was not taught for many years, is what we've learned recently. So yeah, The Marvelous Yet, this one is an utter delight, and just I think a really fun book to look through. And the pictures are so like detailed and have so much going on that I think it's really fun for kids to look at as well.
They're so cute.
I know, right?
They're so cute. Yeah. Good colors, good illustration. So yeah, love it.
Mhm.
Love it. All right. And we're gonna blow through this today. All right, Andrea, what do you got?
Way a serious departure from that delightful children's book. Hard-hitting World War II history from Atlantic Monthly Press. Victory 45, the end of the war and 8 surrenders. So this is great narrative World War II history by James Holland. As you can see there on the cover, the author of Normandy 44 and Casino 44, as well as a host of other titles. He tends to write about the war via like battle vignettes, and it's very interesting, but he also knows how to synthesize like whole swaths of the war and tell a great tale that contextualizes the entire war like through battles. He's magisterial in
There it is.
yes, he's a magisterial writer. And he's joined this time by Al Murray, who happens to be the co-host of the incredible World War II podcast called We Have Ways of Making You Talk. Al Murray, besides being an author, is also a British comic and is really good at voices. Okay, he's got like like German generals' voices down when he's reading passages in the podcast. So if you or anybody you know is interested in World War II, check out that podcast. I have learned tons. I know that I don't seem like the part of the demographic to read World War II histories and or listen to podcasts, but yes, one of the first um, nonfiction titles I read as a kid. The first was a biography of um, um, Jackie Robinson. Yes, I'm sorry, Julia. It is a doctor's title. I'm so sorry. I know that like it's disappointing.
If it's Jackie Robinson, it's fine. We're
Okay.
good with Jackie Robinson, even
Okay.
though he was a Dodger. We forgive him that.
Yeah. And talking about a magisterial career, and the second book I read was The Battle of Midway. So I've like I don't know why, but it's a fascinating time in history, but this guy is good. He's up there. James Holland is up there. I mean, he's the Stephen Ambroses of the world and the Max Hastings of the world have like passed the baton to James Holland. So this is a great gift for any World War II um, war buff, and also this is published basically on the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II. And it's written so well. It's punchy. It's like dominoes. Like, okay, we're talking about this victory through this surrender, and here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go. It's like it's just so well written. It's great and pretty cinematic. So I think that and there's a stack at Warwick's right now, and I think that's a book that's going to sell well, like beyond the holiday season. So
Yeah, I was gonna say great gift, and like you said, longer legs than that for sure.
Yep.
Magisterial made an appearance today.
had to
I
do
love
it.
it. I love it. Okay, Amanda, you want to do it now? We can't do it on the lightning round.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, so I'm sharing.
Yeah,
Sharing my
please.
screen. Okay, let's see. I think that's it. All right.
Thank
That
you.
is.
This is out tomorrow. I read it a while ago, and it totally broadsided me. This is by Daniel Kraus, who is the author of Whale Fall, which was a favorite of some of our booksellers, and is the story of someone who is swallowed by a whale and like what that would be like. But it's fiction. But Daniel Kraus really takes a lot of his cues from nonfiction in the way he writes. And in fact, I just started reading another one that I'll talk about, in a month or two. But it's the new one by Mary Roach, who is well known for her science writing. One of the best books I've read by her is Stiff, The Curious Lives of Human Cadavers. It's like an amazing book. And Daniel Kraus actually blurbs that book, because he's a big devotee of Mary Roach. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of how this book is written. It's very visceral. It's very gory and grotesque, but it's also beautiful. So the story is a private in World War One named Cyril Bagger, and he's kind of a con man. He's basically just trying to survive. He just wants to survive, and therefore he tries to do the least dangerous things possible in this horrific, horrific combat so that he can get home. Um, so he and his comrades in arms um, are in the trenches, and they are sent on a mission to retrieve a wounded comrade. It turns out it's not a fellow soldier, but a fallen angel. And so this is the story of them trying to get this angel out of combat, because Cyril and they all become convinced that this angel is the key to stopping the war, and making everything okay. And I really don't go in for writing generally, but this is like so incredibly written. I just can't say enough about how singular this book is. Um, like I finished it and was like open-mouthed, literally open-mouthed. And Daniel Kraus is also known for he co-authored with Guillermo del Toro The Shape of
Mhm.
Water, and
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
yeah, and also co-wrote The Living Dead with George Romero. So he's known for his horror writing, hence the blurb from Stephen Graham Jones that um you see there. But yeah, I just this oh, I should mention too, it's a little bit experimental in the way it's written. It's one sentence. The book is one sentence. Every paragraph starts with and, and. And at first I noticed it and I was like, what is going on here? This is weird. And then you just don't notice. But it makes it feel so breathless, and it really puts you in it. So
Ooh, I love
yeah, if
it.
you want something that's kind of grotesque but also gorgeous and
Sign me up.
makes you think about war and what is it good for?
Right,
Uh
right.
there's Angel Down by Daniel Kraus.
I
And
love
it
it.
makes me want to go back and read Whale Fall.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna have to pick that one up.
What was the one? Wasn't there a book that won the Pulitzer not that long ago? The duck one. Wasn't that one sentence too?
Oh,
Duck
yeah.
Newport.
Yes.
Yeah, from Biblioasis.
I think
Yep.
it's
It's that thick, and I think it was one sentence too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It can be done and it can be read. Just saying. Love it.
true.
Thanks, Amanda.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Okay, Julia, we're already at lightning round.
I know my
What's else?
my lightning round pick is a pick that's coming out next week because I have so many books next week that are coming out that I need to. We're having some spillover, so
Love it.
so just heads up that this one is coming out next week. But this is such a fun one. I couldn't help not but share it. This is called Glitz, Glam, and a Damn Good Time: How Mamie Fish, Queen of the Gilded Age, Partied Her Way to Power.
Love it.
So this is by Jennifer Wright, who wrote Madame Restell, which I think I talked about on here. It was about an abortionist in New York. I think in the 20s or in the 1800s. I'm gonna forget the decade. Anyway, um, did you know, Amanda?
I don't quite remember the timeline either, but it's an excellent book.
Yeah. So Jennifer Wright knows how to write a nonfiction, like, and one that reads a little bit like a novel, like very propulsive and pulls you through. So if you're watching The Gilded Age on HBO, you might recognize the name Mamie Fish because she is the character on The Gilded Age on HBO. But this woman, what I think is so fascinating, this woman basically threw a good party. And she threw a lot of them. And in a time before women were really allowed to vote, before they had power, she is using her power as a great party hostess and thrower to affect political change. So she basically becomes a political power player because she throws a good party.
Hmm.
And I felt like it's such a fascinating look at how women claimed power when they were really shut out of a lot of it. I mean, it's obviously a great time because it's just like Gilded Age insanity. Um, but you know, it deals with real world and real life things and the political things that people were fighting for. And you know, as we are now in what some might call a second Gilded Age, there is some definite parallels and stuff to be learned, things to be learned, and things to sort of think about as we move forward in our own timeline now. So it's a really good one. Glitz, glam, and a damn good time. It's also got a fun title to say.
It does have a great time. It's a great title.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I can't remember. I followed this woman that lives in Detroit. I think her name's Chris. I love her. Chris and Dave. She's like on it as far as like being politically active. I think she was at a some rally or something. Somebody had a sign that says, just very simply, why do men have more rights than women? It was just like just a really simple sign that was just like, yeah, let's talk about that.
Yep.
Let's talk about that.
And this book definitely talks about things like that. So
yeah. So let's just talk about that. And I saw something else on the Gilded Age stuff. It's like, I wish that our generation of oligarchs and billionaires were doing some of the, I mean, not to say that the guys that were in the original Gilded Age weren't cads and not good people, but at least they were like,
they were terrible people.
They were terrible, but at least they covered it up by doing like building great libraries and like and building great universities. At least they did stuff that kind of played to something for the common good.
Yeah, they built libraries. I mean, even the Koch brothers like don't like there's a theater named after them in New York. So like the fact that we now have these cartoonishly evil people running around is quite something.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, and all they care about is beating each other, becoming a trillionaire, and who's going to get to Mars first. And it's like, can you do something here on Earth? Just
I'm
like,
so bored. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are just like, ugh. Anyways. Anywho, Andrea, what do you have for lightning round?
I have.
Oh, where do we go?
Can you see that?
Yeah.
I'm doing a different style of present.
Yeah, you got a side to side thing going on here. Not sure how you did that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I just saw the option. Just playing around here on Zoom.
I like it.
I want to talk about this a kid's book, The Village Beyond the Mist by Sachiko Kashiwaba, who is the author of Temple Alley Summer, which is a huge hit of a book. This is a middle grade novel that was one of the master animator Hayao Miyazaki's inspirations for the Studio Ghibli classic Spirited Away. So some of you may know about that amazing work of animation. This was originally published in 1975 in Japan. So it's the 50th anniversary, and this is the first time that it's been widely available in an English translation, and a fine one at that. The translator has won awards, and this book is seriously like just has sold like hundreds of thousands of copies worldwide, and we're really happy to have it here from one of our great publishers, one of our small little indies, Yonder. So it's got some spot illustrations throughout. They're really great. They're whimsical. I think that really helps like kids. This is like 8 to 12, like is the age group here, middle reader. And it's really great for reluctant readers who might need a little bit more to draw them into a book. And it's a great adventure. And it's basically a summer vacation book. I just think it's delightful, and I think it's great also to get kids interested in books and translation to learn about different cultures. So it's got a lot going for it. Sachiko Kashiwaba and Avery Fisher Udagawa, excuse me, is the translator, and she's an award winner. And of course, Kashiwaba is like just beloved in her native Japan and but well known all over the world. So she does like little tours every now and again. Was actually in Southern California. I don't think she swung down into San Diego, but she was she swung by Romans, you know, and had an event there, and it was nice to see. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Very cool. And I think it goes along with the kind of a resurgence of the small Japanese adult books that are out now too. So I think that there's a good companion thing going on with the
Yeah,
kid stuff and the
sure,
adult stuff.
sure. And it's I just think, you know, like I said, it has a lot going for it. It's got like some life lessons in there. It weaves in themes of friendship, resilience, and personal growth, even though it's like got a great like, you know, like adventure story. It just sneaks up on you. So it's wonderful. It's very well written. So
I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, that was a quick one this week. Trying to think of, I'm reading the new Ian McEwan. So I'm about halfway through that one.
Is that
Reminding me a little bit of Saturday, a little bit of atonement going on.
when's that even
Um,
coming out?
yeah.
When is
I
that?
don't know. I don't know. It's in the other room.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it might be October, maybe September,
Okay. What we can
maybe
know,
September. What's it called? Something we know was something
what we can know.
what we can know, what we can know.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's yeah, it's a Ian McEwan book.
Is it
Mhm.
a slender one or
Is it a what one?
is it slender, you know, or is
No, okay, here's what's interesting. The galley is the normal size galley that would be for like a 320 page book.
Mhm.
A little bit on the large print side. So it might end up being either it's going to be a slimmer volume once it's published, or it's going to be a regular with just a little bit
Wide
on
margins.
little wide margins and a little bigger print. So, but he's tackling some really interesting in his way, like he did with Saturday. Some really interesting projections. Like he's looking at our time right now, like 2014, 2025. Like right now, he's looking at it from 130 years from now.
Oh,
So looking back at what's happening. Really, I love it. It's very, very, very thought provoking. So,
Well, I have, if we want to maybe just have a little preview since we're short on or we're long on time.
yes.
I will say that I have, first of all, they just released the cover of Reese Witherspoon and Harlan Coben's Gone Before Goodbye, which is our lead title of the fall. It is one of those fun mystery thriller novels. And
That's
it
the
is
first one, right?
yeah, it's a collaboration between the two of them. I haven't had a chance to read it yet. They like they have it under lock and key. We have to have like special passwords that like renew every 2 days in
Oh.
order to read it. But a couple of my coworkers got to read it over the weekend. I was at Comic-Con working, so I didn't get to read it yet. And they said it is worth the hype. It lives up. So it's very fun. A couple of them are like, this is not my normal genre, but I had a great time reading this book. So I think that one's going to be really good.
I do too, actually, because I saw her talking about it, and it's like, Reese Witherspoon and Harlan Coben. It's like I don't think it can go wrong. Harlan's good.
Harlan's good, yeah. And they were friends before. they did this together, so they have a rapport. And then I just finished winter sales conference and my winter. Working on my winter markups right now, and I just have to highlight that in early 2026 we are releasing Liza Minnelli's memoir.
What?
Oh boy.
So
Wait, the Tom thought he had Barbara.
he had Barbara, I've got Liza with a Z.
That is crazy.
Oh boy,
So those are a few highlights for everyone. Yeah.
she's got some good life stories, man.
I mean, my goodness.
I
I
can't
would read
wait.
a book about cabaret alone, but you know she has so many more.
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
she could write like she could have one volume on Mama, one
Right.
other volume on Papa, and another
Mhm.
volume on her life.
Yep,
Yeah.
You know?
exactly. So
It's just what was the movie she was in? Arthur. Oh,
yeah,
just
Dudley
Dudley
Moore.
Moore. Dudley
Yeah,
Moore. Just dealing with Dudley Moore had to have been a trip and a
Oh,
half.
yeah.
So, oh, that's a good one, Julia. You got
So
anything
those
you
are
want to preview, Andrea, that you can think of?
Well, I do have well, coming out at the end of this month is a book that you blurbed, endorsed to Indie Next, and that of course is One Over My Shoulder.
Oh, Mona's Eyes.
Eyes.
Yes.
Mona's Eyes, that is gonna be big. And
Just everybody just plan on getting it.
yep, and there's gonna be plenty of copies at Warwick's. And
that one, just so everybody knows, it's I think I've talked about it a little bit. It's where this grandfather and his granddaughter go and look at these pieces of art, and and Thomas, who's the author, is an art historian. They sent me a finished copy, Andrea. Gorgeous. So you take the book cover off and
yeah,
it folds open into this big thing.
I just received my finished copy that I ordered, and it looks great.
Each piece of art is on the inside of that cover.
Yeah, so I'll have that with me at the ready when I do talk about it.
Yeah.
It's in the other room, and that's
Yeah.
an advanced copy. That's a galley that doesn't have it, but
Yeah, and we're hosting him.
yeah, and he's gonna be here a little bit later.
Yep.
Flying over from France, so he'll be here like what, 10:28? It was that
Yeah.
saw there.
Yep.
So that's gonna be great, and
And you got a new Lily King coming.
we got a new Lily King coming in October, so I'll be talking about that too. Yeah, Heart the Lover.
Yep.
Man, she just keeps on getting better, and I don't know how she does it. She's just so good.
Yep.
Yeah, so we've got tons of good literary stuff coming down the pike.
Yep. All right, everybody. I don't think we have an event tonight, but then rest of the week's pretty light. Got some virtual events happening next month, I think. I can remember. I can't remember everything. But Amanda will keep me on my toes on that. So with that, some more good books to read. Hopefully, whatever part of the country you're in, you're staying cool. And we will see everybody next week. I will not see you. I take that back. Amanda, I will be with the Grands next week. So Julia, it sounds like Julia minimally will be here. So thank you, Julia, for being here next week. Andrea, hopefully we'll see you, and hopefully we'll talk Tom into coming too. So, all right.
Next week I have sales conference the rest of this week. So
Okay. All right. All right, everybody. So I will see you in 2 weeks. You'll see Amanda next week. Happy reading, and everybody have a good week.
bye.
Bye. You're gonna have to turn off the webinar, Amanda.
Thank you.
See